Greetings, Gemini. Thanks for joining me. This is your reading. This is your reading for this lunar eclipse, partial eclipse, but nevertheless an eclipse in full moon in Taurus. So let's get stuck into it. We're doing a shortened Celtic cross today. We're just starting with Morgan Greer's for a change, and then we'll go through and clarify. So let's get some cards for you. Just doing it a little bit differently today. We'll split that. Let's have a look. We have the Hierophant on the bottom of the deck. Often about structures, mentorship, that kind of thing. Can be new information, sort of esoteric information coming through too, in my mind. Anyway, let's see. All right, central point. We've got, there was another reading that kind of came out with similar cards. We get the Four of Swords, a card of respite, a card of resting, and that it's okay to do that at the moment. It's very hard anyway, I think, in a lot of different places, or generally, to make specific plans, though specific plans can still be worked towards. The Four of Swords. Did I just contradict myself? I probably did. The Four of Swords crossed by the Hanged Man. This is a central point in this shortened Celtic cross. The Hanged Man is about gestation. It's about, basically, we see it here in just two simple cards, stopping the flow of in and out. We step back for a while. We hang out. Not a lot coming in, not a lot going out. So it really is a time for, like taking a very large in breath in some ways. Basis of this at the moment, I think qualities of our own internal sense of what our guidance is, that can be different for different people. I think that's really important at this time, Gemini. The basis of this is the High Priestess. There's a reason for this sort of retreat is not the right word, just this period of quiet, because what we receive from doing this will give us an insight. If you were wondering where to go next, what's going to happen next, how are you going to do this, how are you going to do that, this is going to give you a lot of guidance with the High Priestess here. We venture beyond her veil. And I think, excuse me, Gemini, at the moment, I think we need to. And I think this really is the directive here. Recent past, the Devil. I know in the Thoth deck, the Devil's about really enjoying life as much as having an attachment to certain things, whether they be healthy or unhealthy. So we have the Devil. Maybe we're kind of going down a little bit deep in this period of respite, Gemini, and thinking about, a lot of our own history and what are those things over the years that really we have been sort of bound by within ourselves. Whether they were commitments made, if you do go along with the concept of past lives, whether they were commitments that you made entering into or along the pathway of various lives, if you go along, if that's what you believe, if that's what you believe, it can be in relation to that. I mean, I do get that quite strongly here. Attachments. Have we fulfilled some contracts here that have just organically come to being completed? That should be reason to celebrate, I do think. Currently, we have the King of Pentacles. This is a good position. If this is you, even if this is someone in your life, stable, secure, very benevolent actually, male or female, non-gender here. And this may well be aspects of yourself. You have made it to a point where you can actually have some respite. The pressure can step away from it for a period of time. With this King of Pentacles, this is a very practical card also. It is about getting the meat and potatoes in life underway and organised. Very much a practical card. Maybe they are some of your concerns at the moment. You know, we might in fact, Gemini, be bound or feeling bound to not take time out, actually, to resist it. Whatever your circumstances currently are. Moving forward, we have the Page. Information coming through. This is a very solid chip away character. We know who and what the Page is all about. Again, that could be someone in your life. Someone, aspects of yourself that you find frustrating, that give you challenges. You know, this is something that's quite challenging. I say that because the Nine of Wands came out at the same time. Habits. Now, so we see these cards sort of looking across at this devil representing, you know, some of those things of which we are attached to that might not be that great. But anyway, we're taking time out at the moment. We're having a bit of rest and respite. Let's just have a look at this Hanged Man for Gemini, please. The Hanged Man. The Hanged Man for Gemini, please. The central position. So moving forward, you do understand. You have come to understand some of these things that maybe you do want to allow to let go. We have this beautiful star coming out. This is about I always get this thing of a sort of baptism of sorts, but it is a card of healing. And we're pouring, you know, we're a conduit here for a lot of guidance. We bridge the gap in the stars. On a superficial level, yes, dreams, wishes coming true. It's let's just see. For the Hanged Man, that's what I was wanting to get clarity for Gemini. Yeah, and here we see the Prince of Discs coming up again. We can do it, you know, we can do it. With the Prince of Discs, the Saturnian messenger of sorts, he chips away, spreading the seed, you know, spreading his seeds. Look, there's a lot of backwards and forwards here. I just get the sense that it's kind of like we've been going to and fro, backwards and forwards for some reason. So we get the Prince of Discs. And we have the Three of Wands. This is really, you know, you do know where you're heading. You know what you need to do, Gemini. You know what you need to do here. You're just having, look, I think this full moon, I think the last week or so, just from my own experience, and it's not about me, but it has been quite sort of tiring level of, there's a lot of other astrological things going on as well if you keep tabs on that. And, you know, there's a lot of sort of that feeling of like a sort of general tension. Let's get a card for the High Priestess. And then we'll get a couple of random cards. I think, yeah, this is a great time to just open yourself up to, this came out twice, so I'm going to show you. It's a great time to open yourself up to some more light, even if it's like actually literally taking your clothes off and standing under this moon and just absorbing that moonlight. So we're looking at the High Priestess. Things may well, as they do, start to become a little bit clearer to you, Gemini, with the next new moon. But we had the 10 actually, the 10 of Swords coming out twice here for the basis of all of this. This is the end of a cycle. We go, it's like we get this aha moment, because when you think about it, you know, the figure with the 10 swords in his back or her back, we can't do that. We've learned whatever lessons here up to this point we have learned. We've completed a cycle somehow, whether this is in relationship, whether it's in, you know, where you are, what you want to be doing, or you're making some big changes. Whatever it is, we've reached a point where a new cycle is about to begin. And I know I always go on about new cycles, but if not now, more than ever, this is a new cycle beginning. And the keys to being guided through this quite smoothly, Gemini, are for you to go in and to get a lot of rest and a lot of respite at this time. So I think that pretty much, it's pretty good. I mean, it is pretty good. If we want to say whether it's good or whatever, it is good. And you've got sort of some backup on your side, as you say. The universe has got your back at this time. We get Lady Luck coming out with the journey map cards. And even though, you know, we've got Lady Luck, when she spots you in a crowd, she can see all the hard work that you've done thus far. And she'll help you the rest of the way. It's a beautiful card. Streetwise and savvy is old Lady Luck. And with that we get the rabbit. So if you feel like a rabbit at the moment, like stunned in the headlights, it won't last for very long. Not with Lady Luck here. And let's just, all right, so we've got one, Harlequin. Contemplate, time to review, let go, make room. This is what this is all about, because you've come to the end of a cycle, and it is knowing how to move on from this point. Gemini, thank you for joining me. Hope you got something out of this today. Do join me again for the next readings around the new moon. I don't think that's till the 4th. I think 4th of December. I think. So something like that. It's very hot here today. So I'm it's a bit sort of sneezy and hot. But anyway, take care everyone out there, and thank you for watching. I do appreciate your support. Okay, ka kite. Where are we? Here we are.